So I just made a discovery with the green machine. There is a complication with the 88 lockdown kit and this tire. Well, that looks trippy. Anywho, if we look here, my lighting kind of sucks in this area of my garage. There's a groove in my tire. And this groove comes from, shit, that button head screw right there. Like there's rubber, I just wiped it off, but there's rubber on there. So I just put this washer in here just now to try to get, you know, enough clearance, but it still hits it. So that needs to be fixed. I bet with how deep this groove is, sorry, I just ate a bunch of pizza and I got a little bit of indigestion going on. That was enough resistance for me to lose those mile-an-hours that I had lost. Now, what I want to figure out is if it's going to be worth it to just take the screw out, or to take the washer out from behind the screw, or do I want to see if I can move the whole motor mount. I think we're going to go the easy way and take the washer out from behind that one screw. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. I mean, we got 4 of them. I mean, these button head Allens have enough surface pressure anyway to hold things in place. I hate them because they're soft stainless, but I might just take the washer out behind that one and see if that'll fix our mile-an-hour issue. It bothers me that's what slowed me down. How did I not notice that when I put this together? It's because I'm a potato. But yeah, because I think the fastest this thing went was 28. And I want that 28 mile-an-hour back, if not more. Now we got a lockdown, we got proper spindle pressure, yada, yada, yada. Let me fix this, and it's getting dark, and we're gonna try again. So that is, I'm trying to slide this over with my thumb. That is like perfect without the washer in there. So, yeah, look at that. We got one washer in there. We got that washer pulled out. I don't know if you guys can see it that well. I'm trying to look through a very little lens on my GoPro. Oh yeah, and we got the 800, the 850, or the 800 back on there, and we'll see how this thing does now. All right, I'm back. I think we can see this, but I put a flashlight up there. We can actually see light around the front screw now, past the tire. Hold that just right. So hopefully we're not cutting a groove in this tire anymore. I mean, it's like perfectly in line with both of those screws. So I'm pretty sure both screws are rubbing. You can kind of see the groove a little better here. I put the 800 back on, or yeah, the 800 back on there. And then whenever the weather's nice, or probably tomorrow if I have time, I will try to do another top speed run of this thing and see if it's any better. Because I think we're hitting a wall. I think it was like 12 or 11,200 with me like on flat ground, as far as RPMs, and then I think like downhill was like 12,006. So hopefully it does better without the extra resistance there. So, and I did notice that when the engine is twisted in position, the Jet Pro pipe does hit this mount. So I'm trying to decide if I want to dent the pipe or trim the mount. And I was thinking maybe I could tilt the motor forward more and then lower it, but to get the spindle to meet the tire, the engine kind of has to be in this position, so the pipe will be there either way, whether I raise and lower it on the plate or if I try to, I don't know. I think it's going to hit no matter what. But I don't think ADA had designed their equipment for Jet Pro's pipe. Maybe I can just bend it out or something one day. I don't know. Anyway, warm weather. We'll take it for a rip. The water-cooled GoP head is leaking coolant somewhere, so that means that I can redo my cooling system, and there's a lot of changes I want to do to that to make it better, as far as easier to get the air out of the system, and I'll go over all of that when it's time for me to actually take that apart and start doing it. I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, I'm home from work early. The weather's nice. I'm gonna get this GoPro strapped to my chest, and we're gonna take the green machine for a ride. I just took it for a little rip, and the loaded RPM coming down a little hill was like 12,300. So I think we're back where we were before we had the lockdown kit, but only one way to find out. Let's get geared up. So the only place I've been really mounting this camera is on my chest. If you guys have any other mount suggestions, that would be great. But let's go ahead and we'll go around the block a little bit, and then we'll make sure this thing's fully warmed up and the tune is close, and we'll see what happens. Feels way better. I don't think my neighbor's dog's home. Let's all right, speedometer. It's gonna give me an advertisement. God damn it! You gotta wait for the X button to show up before you get rid of it. My dog really wants to come outside. I don't want to install your app, dude. Where is the X button? My dog whining. Alright, everything says 0 and another advertisement. I would go in airplane mode, but I think that turns off my GPS abilities. Alright, we're going to see if we were back to 28 mile an hour or not. Sounded pretty good on that run. Alright, fuck it. Alright, what we got? 27. Alright, we're back up a mile an hour. Reset everything, back to 0. I'm going to add a little bit more fuel to this up top. Ooh, that pipe's hot. Let's see what that does. Feels really lean. starting to squeak. We're definitely at the limit of lean and rich because it's starting to bounce back and forth and break up a little bit. What the hell is this? Go away. 28. All right, we're back to 28 mile an hour. Thank God. I'm gonna take away a hair of fuel because that was a little rich, and do one more pass after I reset the clock. It's crazy, the tiniest turns on these things make the biggest difference. Bing. Back to 0. All right, here we go. Squeaking. Something rubbing? I don't know what that sound is. I don't know, that felt like it's still a little bit rich. I'm gonna go just a hair more lean. Some of this thing's starting to squeak. Is my fender rubbing something? It might be. No idea. We'll check it out later. Where we at? 28. So we're still at 28. So I think we're about maxed out for this thing. I'm gonna richen that up a little more because I think we went just too far lean. And I barely even moved that needle. All right, we are back up to mile an hour, which is good. I like that. That's great. So let's talk about this a little bit. Not that anybody re-watches the end of the videos. My last video, I thought that the fuel and the size of the pipe is why we're like losing mile an hour because I had like regular gas in it. Not really regular, but it was like, I think it was 89. That's what I run like all my lawn equipment and stuff is mid-grade fuel. I think I'm in trouble. But we're running VP 110. I'm running the Motor 800. It's the oil that I swear by. That oil will probably be the best oil on the planet here pretty soon. If you get the tech sheets out and compare them, its density is slightly lower than Caster 927, but it burns real clean. It doesn't leave any residue behind. It's not real thick. It gives a nice crisp, clean rev. But so now that we have, I think we're maxed out on power on the stock LH. Now we can port it. So give me one of these on my video and leave me a comment if you want to see this thing ported, and I'll show you guys how I port cylinders. There is a crazy type of porting that I want to do, but I'm probably not going to do it to this engine because I like how I can still ride it, and I might downsize the spindle on it. But I'll touch more on that in a later video. Coming up, I have I recorded the lockdown kit assembly getting put onto this machine best as I could. It's been 10 years since I installed one, so it's going to be kind of shitty, but yeah. And water cooled sport, I got to go through its cooling system because it is up there leaking. So I'll see you guys soon. Let me know if I have anything in this garage that catches your eye that you do want to see on video, and I'll see if I can record it and we can rock and roll with it. I'll see you guys later.